Where are US-India ties headed under Modi 3.0? This week saw a great deal of activity between New Delhi and Washington, even as some irritants in the relationship have surfaced. NSA Jake Sullivan and Deputy Secretary of State Kurt Campbell held talks with External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar days after Prime Minister Modi and US President Joe Biden met at the G7 summit in Italy, even as a US congressional delegation, which included former US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, arrived in India. It is no coincidence that one of the first visits by high-ranking foreign officials in Modi 3.0 was from one of New Delhi's closest partners, that is, Washington. Yet, when Modi and Biden shook hands, Nikhil Gupta, an Indian national accused by the United States of allegedly being involved in a murder-for-hire plot against Sikh separatist Pannu, was extradited from Czech Republic to the US on 14th of June. It's unclear if any of this came up during Sullivan's meetings in India, which figured on much more than just this irritant.
I don't have more to add on the conversations that Jake's having. He's still over there having these conversations, but the main focus of his visit, as I said, was to look for ways to deepen the U.S.-India bilateral relationship, particularly when it comes to emerging technology. I don't have anything more to add on the conversations.
Now, the past decade has seen India and US sign numerous agreements, undertake joint military exercises, and restart Quad over China's aggressions in the Indo-Pacific. And it seems that the case involving Sikh separatist Pannu was being stoked to create divisions between what is one of the strongest and most robust strategic partnerships of the 21st century. In fact, US made an important geopolitical statement on Indian soil this week. US lawmakers, including former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, met the Dalai Lama in Dharamshala this week. India has given asylum to the 14th Dalai Lama and hosts the Tibetan parliament in exile on its soil. So even though it may not have started this power play on Tibet, India is now a key player on this.
His Holiness the Dalai Lama, with his message of knowledge and tradition and compassion and purity of soul and love, he will live a long time and his legacy will live forever. But to you, President of China, you'll be gone and nobody will give you credit for anything.
Now, it's not the first time that US lawmakers have made a trip to Dharamshala. India has allowed many such trips in the past, but it's different this time around. For one, there is the Resolve Tibet Act that awaits President Biden's nod, post which the global pressure on China to start talks with Tibet is likely to intensify. The second important bit is that President Biden had said in 2020 that he would meet the Dalai Lama. With him going to US for his medical treatment, it's almost likelihood, possibly a certainty, that there could be a meeting on the cards. And thirdly, India shares a border with Tibet, not China. And if Tibet had remained an independent country, it would have been the 10th largest such country in the world, which is why focus could come back on this issue. In fact, it's not just the geopolitical alignment between India and US. It is also the fact that now there is a complete meeting of minds on two other very important and strategic issues in this relationship: trade and technology. The second meeting of the US-India initiative on critical and emerging technology saw the two countries ramping up collaboration in AI, space, semiconductors, clean energy, and working to restrict access to countries such as China and Russia that have civil military usage of technology. The prospect of Taiwan's possible invasion and global impact it would have on semiconductor supply is making India and US launch a new strategic semiconductor partnership for precision-guided ammunition and other national security-focused electronics platforms. Bilateral trade figures have also seen a huge surge in the last 5 years. Between 2018 to 2022, on your screens are the numbers that tell the story. Exports have increased to $118.5 billion from about $83 billion. Imports have also grown from $58 billion to $73 billion. India actually has a trade surplus, one of the few countries with which India enjoys a trade surplus with the US. There you can see on your screens. And some of this will only look up once a free trade pact is signed between India and US. Now, strategically, India remains a crucial partner for the US, vital to help counter China's aggression in the region. Short-term snags will not impact the larger trajectory of this relationship, which is likely to only move forward.